3.20 The Forbidden Sanctum is here, and with it quite a few amazing changes. Originally introduced in its own league in February, 3.17 gave us Arch Nemesis mods that would be tested and eventually replace the old Nemesis mod system. In 3.20, this system has been removed, and we are going for a hybrid system where a monster will have 2 to 4 mods that say what they do. As far as the rewards behind them, rares will have a hidden reward modifier that's said to be better the harder the monster is to kill. The Doom mechanic for curses has also been removed, and have adjusted curse resistance on bosses to be more in favor of the player. This has also resulted in changes to the skill tree and curse uniques, such as curse on hit mods have removed percent effect. Occultist has had Malediction renamed to Unholy Authority and has removed the 15% increased curse effect, and cursed enemies have Malediction. Unholy Authority now provides the hexproof that was on Profane Bloom. Hexes can affect hexproof enemies has been moved over to this Unholy Authority, and Profane Bloom's chance to explode cursed enemies has increased from 40% to 50%. Inquisitor has had Pious Path changed and no longer provides 50% increased effect to Consecrated Ground. 2 new skills have been added, a spell attack, Frozen Legion, and an attack slam skill, Volcanic Fissure. The Doomsday notable on the tree has been changed into a support gem, and Hexbloom has been added as a support. Along with these skills, they've added 8 more Vol skills: Vol Cleave, Flicker Strike, Blade Fury, Venom Gyre, Molten Strike, Caustic Arrow, Smite, and Volcanic Fissure. If you played or were planning to play Spectral Helix, Lightning Conduit, or Lightning Strike, please pay attention. Spectral Helix has had its added damage effectiveness drop significantly. Lightning Conduit has had its flat damage and its added damage effectiveness reduced. Lightning Strike has had the projectiles lowered to 2 at all levels. Modifiers to Helm of Enchants have also been lowered to 1 and 2 projectiles. Onslaught is now considered a buff, and now modifiers to buff effect will apply. Withering Step cannot be used if you already have Elusive. Here's a quick view of the new uniques teased and where you can get them. The Calandra's Touch unique ring from the Lake of Calandra expansion has been added to the core drop pool. These old uniques have been reworked and are on the same rarity as Headhunter and Mageblood. The list of unique jewels that could drop has been significantly culled. Those as stayed have been considered a rare drop, and others have been moved over to corrupted only. The reward jewels will no longer be offered, and those considered essential have had their mods moved over to the mod pool for crafting, along with ailment reductions. We're finally getting divination cards for divine orbs. The Atlas tree has been revamped to remove some of the need to respect when changing between mapping and bossing, choosing to remove nodes that add more chance for bosses to drop loot, and instead have added them to the bosses themselves. Eldritch Altars were deemed too rewarding and have adjusted to remove lower tier currency and some vagueness when it came to boss will drop 3 currencies and instead tell you what is being dropped, or at least a more definitive type. The Fracturing Craft from Harvest has been removed, and instead they added a new Fracturing Orb and Fracturing Shard that can be found in the Harbinger Leagues. Tainted Fusing Chance has been brought back to the balance that it had during the Scourge League. Rusted Scarabs have been added to the drop pool, and as such you can now do a 3-to-1 vendor recipe up to Gilded. Tailoring Orbs can no longer be used on items with fixed sockets. Maven Influence bosses can now drop her Awakened Gems. 2 new Atlas Memories have been added. A domination that adds god tier shrines protected by strong monsters with new restricted shrine mods. A bestiary memory where you capture harvest beasts that add 3 new bestiary crafts. One will change a special mod on a Watcher's Eye. Reroll an awakened gem to a different type. Reroll a synthesis implicit modifier. Divine vessels can now be right-clicked instead of having to go find sin in the axe. Bestiary crafts now say what they do. And temple maps can be right-clicked to see the rooms. As far as bug fixes go, snapshotting divine blessing auras with weapon swapping has been removed. Negative charges acting as if you had more. Self-cursing with negative AoE. And they have either fixed or removed damaging ailment modifiers that deal damage faster that was previously reducing twice. And that's all we have. Please be sure to check back as we try to keep you up to date with weekly videos.